Hey y'all, Big Tim here. Today I'm going to teach you a little trick that I learned a while ago, and it's going to help you save money on like fluorocarbon line and the more expensive braided line. What we like to do is we're going to fill up with some backing first. But for this particular deal, what we're going to do, this is some 12-pound line that I want to strip off of here, and I'm going to put 15 on. So this is a perfect way to show you how we do that. Now, I showed you the video already once before about my homemade line stripper, but that's a little big to keep in the boat. So I bought one of these from Berkeley. I've always had one in the boat for about 15 years now. This is my second one because the other one got worn out. But they're real handy. They will save you in a pinch. If you keep line and a line stripper in your boat, if you have a bad backlash, it won't ruin your day. So there's tip number one. So keep one of these handy. So for this one, we're going to strip the line off. This, like I said, is 12-pound line, and I want to put 15 on. So we press the cast button and throw this in there. Okay, and the line will be deposited at your feet. So what you're going to do, I've already done this on this one. I put backing on there. So what's going to happen is I'm going to strip it down to my backing knot, which is a blood knot, and I'll show you how to tie that here in a minute. But we just run down, and you'll hear the knot run through the guides. Tick, 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 tick. Is what the noise it'll make. My stripper, line stripper, keeps wanting to die on me. The batteries may be about to go. But I just heard the knot, and there it went through my line stripper. We take our handy dandy scissors, instead of cutting it like I almost did with my teeth. And there you see how much backing we have on the reel. I fill up a reel about half, depending on the situation. If we're doing a crankbait, I might not fill it up as much, but for flipping and pitching or anything like that, I fill it up at least half. And that's just backing. That's just old, cheap monofilament line. And let's face it, you're probably not going to get down to this line. We have done some playing around at work with a laser range finder, and determined that from wall to wall is 67 yards. And when I tell most people that, they're like, "Whoa, we're not casting that far." You know, Van Dam says he's casting 50 yards, and if you use the rangefinder, I don't think you are. I think most of us are casting about 15 to 20 yards. And occasionally, you know, we might get some of those real super long 25, 30 yard casts. So really and truly, that's all the line that you need on your reel. But if you're like me, I don't like to feel the knot if I don't have to, so I put on a little bit more. Usually I put on at least 40 yards of line and probably 50. On a crankbait, I like to put on about 60. So anyway, this is a flipping reel. So we have our line box set up right here. Basically, this is an old spinnerbait box that I drilled holes in and put the lines in there. Different spools, and I carry this with me all the time. That way, if I'm on the water and I have a problem, bad backlash or whatever, yeah, we don't have to worry about it. So, entire blood knot, what you do is you take the two lines and overlap them. This is the fresh line, this is the line from the reel. You overlap them and you're holding them kind of in the middle. You got about 3 or 4 inches here and 3 or 4 inches on this side. So what you do is you just take and wrap it around itself about 5 or 6 times. Then run your tag through the little loop where your fingers are. I know this is hard to see. You might want to check out animatedknots.com, and that's a really good place to learn this knot. Again, this is a blood knot. We do the same thing on the other side and run the line through the hole we made. Then you have to wet it real well. And what I like to do is I take the 2 tag ends and put them in my hold them with my teeth and pull tight. Okay, and that is what your blood knot ends up looking like. Okay, it's pretty small. We cut off our 2 tag ends Sometimes, depending on the line, I like to leave a little extra tag, just because it's not can continue to snug up and slip, but that happens more often with braid. So with braid, you might want to leave a little bit more tag. Okay, so that knot is very strong. I don't have to worry about it breaking. Now all I have to do is crank my reel. The new fluorocarbon is going right over top of the old monofilament backing. Oh, and by the way, for you guys that don't like to fill your reels up all the way, this will save you money as far as that goes, but you need to fill your reel up or else you're not getting maximum performance. So there we go. So what did that take us? Basically from stripping to putting new line on, what, 5-6 minutes? So it's a lot quicker than, you know, eliminating a reel out in the water. If you're in a tournament situation, you make a bad backlash. So there's that. Since we're all ready there, we're going to go ahead and retie and use our BB. Again, we tie an overhand knot with our BB. Basically, we got all of that. Run our line from the rod through this little hole. Pull it tight. Grab a hold of the hook. Push the sinker and BB onto the new line. Cut the excess off the old hook. Nice steady hands today. You like that? And then we tie our old Palomar knot. Old buddy Palomar. Boom, there we go, we're ready for action. This is going to be from my Smalley Beavers. Ow. That we'll be throwing on the river for our Thursday night tournaments. Or maybe even a small Senko. This is a new hook that I found for it from Berkeley Fusion. Can't remember if this is a 1/0 or a 2/0, but it has a nice thick wire diameter and I don't have to worry about bending the hook on a decent sized fish, but yet it's small enough hook to fit those small lures like a Smalley Beaver or a 4-inch Senko. Look how that looks in that 4-inch Senko. Just perfect. Again, that's Berkeley Fusion. Can't remember if it's a 1/0 or a 2/0, but it's one or the other. They're nice and sharp. They have a thicker diameter, thicker gauge. They don't flex. Real good hook. Really like them. So, hope you learned something today. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, check out animatedknots.com. It's a great place to learn the blood knot, and this will definitely save you a lot of money. You should, you know, fluorocarbon line generally comes in 200-yard spools. If you use these tips that I showed you today, you should be able to get 4 reels per spool line. And that saves you, you know, quite considerable amount of money. So hopefully that will work for you. Like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And otherwise, please like the video, share it, let all your buddies know. Try to help them save a little money on their line. And until next time, good fishing. We'll see you.